Well, good morning. Welcome to Thoughts Can Change Your Life. I'm Reverend Lee Wallach. I'm the senior minister of the Agape Center for Spiritual Living in Frisco, Texas. And we're here every day as we explore life. We explore what are these things called thoughts? And we call thoughts many different things depending on how we arrange our thoughts. And one of the things that I understand is that, my gosh, if we arrange our thoughts as questions, and we're constantly questioning everything, we become so much more powerful. We actually come out of our victim mode and we come into our power mode, because the more information we have, the more we question things, the more we realize how much that we're surrounded by an illusion. And Christmas, it's a great time. Question everything. Is there a reason? Let me just say this. Is there a reason to go into debt? Because you got to buy everybody gifts. You got to buy your mother, your father, your kids, your spouse. You got to buy your neighbors. You got to buy your cousins, your nieces, your nephews. Whoa, time out. Where did that come from? And are gifts that important? It's a really good thing. It's a perspective, right? Are gifts really that important? In my house, gifts are not that important. Not at all. My wife and I have decided that gifts are the last thing in the world we need. Good morning, Kai from Philadelphia. And we've got Zipline Shazam out there and Kavita. Everybody else out there, check in. Love to know who's out there. Love to hear any comments or questions. So anyway, Gene and I, we just stopped giving gifts. We made this thing easy. We would easily before spend $1,000 between us on ourselves on gifts. We said, whoa, we don't need to do that. Gladys in Cleveland, Ohio. I got relatives in Akron. So I've been to Cleveland. I was born and raised in Detroit area. So I'm very familiar with that area of town. Cleveland must be pretty excited. They've got a football team for a first time. Adrian says, it's not so much about going into debt, but the stress of having a lot of people to buy for. Here's the key, Adrian. Stop buying. Just tell them, I'm going to stop. Yeah, question everything. Thank you, Shereel. Gladys Noble. Yep. Quentin, Grand Rising, Missouri. We got people all over the country. Sometimes we have people from all over the world listening, because why? Like energy attracts like energy. So here's what I talked about today in my thought. Perspective is the only thing we have that makes us unique. How we look at the world is based on the perspective. And here's the key thing. Here's the secret. You can change your perspective. You don't have to continue buying into the same perspective that you had for whatever period of life you had before. You can change it. That's the power. The question is, are you willing to? That's what I keep asking people. Are people willing to change? If they're not changing, then they're not willing to. Do you get that? They're not willing to change the perspective because they see more benefits coming from maintaining that perspective than changing the perspective. Rest assured, if you've got a partner, a spouse, a child, whatever, and you're saying, God, they need to change the perspective, and they say, I'm changing and I'm changing it, but you don't see evidence of it, guess what? It's because they don't value it. They don't see the benefits of changing it. They're getting more from keeping the perspective that they've got. That's what it's about. What's Peru says? Peru says, to live long, keep a cool head, warm feet, and eat 3/4 full. Chinese proverb. Well, I want to live a long, long, long life and experience every bit of it. And the more I live, the more I want to be aware, because the more I'm aware, the more I can experience it. Isn't that an interesting thing? People don't have a reason to live life. That's why they get ill and why people die young. If you have a real reason for life, then you're going to have a perspective of being healthy. I was talking with an individual yesterday. And I was asking him, I talk about doing the Wim Hof breathing technique all the time. And the reason I talk about it is because I understand the health benefits of it. And so I'm out there, I'm promoting. When I find something really good that's practical, I promote it. And I ask the individual, are you doing it? They said, no, I tried it once. I said, so why'd you stop? Well, it was sort of difficult. Da, 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 da. The reason is they didn't understand the benefits it would do for them. So what I did is I started to explain, here's the benefits that I see. Now go question it. Go find out for yourself. If the benefits that I see are the same benefits you believe are there, and if they're the benefits you believe are there, do those benefits serve what you want in your life? See, that's the other thing you've got to ask. If there are benefits there, do they serve what you want in your life? Because you don't know what people want in their life. I think everybody wants what I want, to live, to fully be alive, to be aware, to be powerful, to take your power back. Not everybody wants that. There are a lot of people that just want to ho-hum right through. Chances are, if you're a ho-hummer, you don't stay with me very long, because that energy can't stay with me. Can't stay with me because I'm not a ho-hummer. My energy overpowers ho-hum. And ho-hum can't stand that. Ho-hum says, oh, you're pushing me, you're pushing me, you're pushing me. No, I'm not. I'm not pushing you at all. You get to choose whether you listen or not. It's that simple. So I share that with you because I want you to understand you can see people's perspective by simply watching what they do or what they don't do, and realize you can't change them. So at this Christmas time, at this time of year, realize the only power that you have is the power to change your perspective. So think about it today. What do you want that perspective to be? That's a good way going into this week that we call Christmas. Thank you, Quentin. It's safe to breathe. I trust my breath. My breath expects nothing from me. It doesn't. The breath is life. I did a talk about light, the power of your light, yesterday. If you haven't watched it, go to YouTube and watch that talk. It's a nice talk. It's a very nice talk. Anyway, I want to let you know, go create a great day. And if no one tells you this today, I will. I love you and I accept you just the way you are. Until tomorrow, aloha.